Hey guys, welcome back to another Minecraft video on the world of Eldin. Not sure when this is updated. This might have been recorded a long time ago, but nonetheless, I'm going to be doing a final tour of Perth. Perth was my summer project that I did in August after I was back from camp. I had like a month of summer, and I was like, oh, let me go ahead and create a town on Eldin. Unfortunately, it did not get finished. I lost inspiration on a lot of things. On what to build with my castle and the way I wanted things to work, but nonetheless it was a co-baron with Missy, my sister, and had two squires with Florid and Zerthik. We all kind of became inactive once school started, and Eldin kind of fell apart after the little summer one. But nonetheless, I'm going to give a complete town tour of it just for my own record because this was awesome. We did put some time into it over the summer. So this is where the portal was when we had portals in Eldin, and you're in a little glass box. You come up to the top. And of course it's raining. It's always raining in Perth. This is the ship in our harbor. I did not build it. I came back from one of my weeks working at camp and was like, oh, my ship is here. One of the admins put it in the harbor, so I was like, okay, I guess this works. But nonetheless, this is the ship. Never named it. I know that's bad luck. But it has dragon travel up here at the top, cannons on the side. So yep, this is the dragon travel on top. It's in the crow's nest. Quick overview of what Perth looks like. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Alright, now let's go back down. I'm just gonna run up here really fast. So this ship was kind of like the transportation. It had the dragon travel, it had the portal. It was going to have another portal had we ever gotten that big. And it also had the rule room. So these were like the rules for the building, if anybody ever cared about those. This is the little captain's quarters. Yeah, captain corners. Alright, so this is the ship, the dock that connects to it. Now, this was originally a mountain here. We went ahead and we divided it up into a couple parts and made it a couple different levels. This side was mine, the other side was Missy's. Another quick overview of the ship. So this front boardwalk doesn't really have anything, it just goes along the front. Gravel, the riprap, you might remember that from Corolla. I'll show everybody's houses here in a moment. I do want to show everybody's houses. But, yep, this is the first level of boardwalk. We decided not to do walls, instead we built the town up. I'm going to start up in the castle and then we'll work our way down the front. So, really quickly, in here was where I was going to build a mob arena and such. But this is underneath it, the town, at least the castle. Animals, this is where I did all of my work in town. This is where I kept all my stuff and did lots of stuff. Yep. That was this. Nothing else crazy exciting about that. And I kept this closed off to everybody else. And the way you got into town was like ladders up the wall. So we tried to make it a little bit different. But I'll show off all this side later. Let's go up here to into the castle. We'll start with this. So my original idea was to have this castle and have it have different rooms that had everything. Like the bakery had one room, and you had a enchanting room, a giant library that all of the people could come in and use in the town. You know, I never got that far with the castle because I lost inspiration. I lost ideas of how to build it. But I did do a little bit of work on it. So you have the outside front walls were just going to be all stone brick. And then you're going to have a little walkway out in front with this. And then you were going to have this classic kind of style built on top of it. It didn't end up working out, but this was going to be one of the rooms that we started to build. And it overlooks the courtyard. There was a courtyard in the middle of it that had the shops. It's kind of like a little square. So let me get over here so we can see a little bit more of it. So it's on the top level, and here was the entrance into the castle. I tried to put a lot of gardens around. You had the big walkway into it. Yeah, this was... what is going on in chat? There's been like flame wars for days on Eldin. The map's about to end and everybody's angry about different things. But nonetheless, this is the courtyard. So we wanted to have like the outside look castle-like, but then the inside was like actually like looks like people are living here. So we try to put some work into making I think it turned out really well, and it definitely looks like it's living areas. So we had the fountain in the middle. This was the bakery. These were our server shop items we bought. Kilo bakery. Somebody ate all the cake out of the display cabinet. Somehow. I don't know how. I don't know how they did. But somebody did, nonetheless. This was a player shop I had for sale that never got bought. This was my shop in the corner here. My shop bought all the... It was Tanuki Goods. It's now closed. But it bought all these ores and like all the mining stuff that I would sell for profit. I bought it a little bit less. This corner was Missy's shop. She sold a bunch of items. Nether and end items. And then this was a player shop that somebody bought. So it was a cool little courtyard. I think it turned out really nice. I really like this building style up here at the top with the wool and the dark wood. And I really wish I would have finished it now looking back on it, but especially knowing that the map was changing soon, I kind of lost motivation for it. Let me start over here. Again, I never really built the rooms for the castle. This was just, I just had the first layer of wall. This would have been rooms. There was rooms over here going to probably the big library in this middle area here. But I did have one little garden out here, and it was just a little pathway, a little garden. You could overlook the water, and it was nice before these houses were here, but now there's houses here, and this garden's kind of silly. Alright, and this was the wheat farm. All this stuff was things I needed for the server shop. But here's the wheat farm. It was like 3 stacks you get every time you harvested it, so it wasn't bad. You got a stack of bread. This was the main foyer, that when you'd walk into the back would be the main foyer. As you can see, it's the foyer. I never built up the roof, but I did build up a little bit around the balcony. In here was my smelting room. The blacksmithing room. Yay. And then, yeah, that was in this room. Over here, oh, I forgot about this. This was all the stuff I was trying to sell, because I knew the map was going to be changing, like, kind of predicted it was going to, so I was like, let me see how much money I can get for a lot of this stuff. And I think it ended up working out pretty good. So I did sell some of these. These are the chests that I just didn't sell, but I did sell some. Ooh, where's that zombie gonna go? No, we don't need that cookie. That cookie's not doing us anything. No! Zombies are... The mobs are all really difficult now on the server. I'll probably go an overview one time of everything. Alright. Die, 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 die! Thank you. I do have leather. I could sell leather also. What do I not need? I have this stone, that's not going to get used. Okay, but this was going to be another room back here in the corner. I'll walk up to the balcony to show it off, why not? There's gonna probably be a room here. This is looking into the foyer, to the courtyard again. Again, it was a cool idea. I had it envisioned in my mind, and I just never finished it for whatever reason. I'm not quite sure why I lost inspiration for it. But I did. So let's go... I think that's about it for the castle. I could show off the back door into town before the mobs get too crazy. Yeah, somebody griefed this up. But nonetheless, it was the entrance to town. We'll go over to that tower too in a bit. But as you can see, that's the kind of style I went with. Glowstone on the walls. It kind of showed support of it, like a supports. But yeah, little garden in the back. Alright, I'll show off the war towers too, but first let's go start touring some of the houses. I haven't really done this officially myself, so I figured it would not be a bad idea to do it. Alrighty, so this plot nobody ever built on, but this was my squire's house. It looks amazing. And this was like the perfect theme I had imagined for Perth. But he did a fantastic job designing it. And I really like the way it turned out. So we'll go to his study. I'm not sure. I don't think he ever finished this. Yes, everybody's screaming. Why? No. I'm just gonna let them talk. Sense is my friend, so he's always making fun of people that come on here screaming that. Alright, and then the foyer up here. Okay. This is a back door into another person in our town. And I guess I can show this house off now. I'll just show this room off. It was kind of cool because the person who bought this house actually got to have their first floor and then the third floor with the way the levels worked. This house never got finished. I haven't been in this house yet. This one is new. Freaking zombie, get out of here. Power 4 bow. Works better than these dinky swords. Oh yeah. Oh, I haven't seen this house yet. Lift up. Really cramped, but okay. Let's go down. Let's see what they have down. Oh. Do not kill or I will... Yeah, I don't know. Okay. That's a scary mine shaft. Holy crap. We're not going to go down there because I'm going to end up dying. And you can walk on this person's roof and get stuck there forever if you fall down in that. Alright. So this is the first level of housing. I'm going to drop down to the lower level of housing now. Let's see, you have House of JP Moore. This looks... I don't think it ever got finished quite. A lot of these people like stopped playing after the summer also, so things got a little abandoned in our town. Yeah, that's all this house really was. Whoops. And nice house you got there. Yep. Storage room. Oh, okay. And they've just got a bunch of mined out layers below it. Alright, let's go down this way some more. This house. It was very weird taking McSnakes. This was really weird at the service, and I was like, what the heck kind of house is this? I'm like, okay, I guess this works. Their bedroom down here is pretty cool, though. I like it. I like it a lot. It's very modernistic. Linky's house, I believe that I can't get inside, yeah. And it's all empty, so we can't unfortunately show that house off. But I don't think there's really anything inside of it. God, people have been freaking out about PvP on the server lately. The server is being revamped to make it more difficult, and a lot of the people that have been playing it have joined recently and are used to Eldin being pretty easy and laid back, are very distraught by the fact that now everybody's like, wait, this is the traditional Eldin again. So, you know, a couple people got murdered, peasants, and they got their stuff stolen, and then it started this giant flame war, and now everybody's just murdering each other. This is the symbol of Perth. These are our town's colors that we used in the flags at our war towers, but P for Perth. So this is the harbor that you can come in. This town is very secluded from all the other towns, and the only way that I found it originally was by boating for like hours. So you can take a boat to City 13, which is the closest city, and this was used a lot because a straight shot to the ocean is City 13 before we had Dragon Travel and Portal, as we were still building. So this was the docks that we built that you can pull your boat into. And I'm going to go show up. I see a sign in there. I think somebody put a sign in here. But again, here's the walls. And that's the kind of ways you can climb up into the town, is through the gravel. This is our cellar system. Germ was here. Okay, Germ went like all around my town and just placed a sign like Germ was here. Germ's been AIDS, sex, Germ was here. Like all over my town. Like, really? Come on. Admins are such derps on Eldin. Sorry, I know they're probably watching this video, but you all are. I mean, if you're an admin for a Minecraft server, I guess you kind of have to be a derp. Alright, this house I don't like or understand or knows who it is. My sister's side, she was a little bit more lenient. Oh, Adam JD's. I'm just kidding, I love your house, Adam. Actually, inside is cool. The outside's... I just don't like how it's really random. It doesn't have a set theme, but... Oh, it's kind of cool. Yeah, I like the inside, definitely. Basement. Oh yeah, just gravel. And next door neighbor. Don't know whose house this is. Doesn't have a basement, but does have a small upstairs. Kind of cool. And then my sister on this side had, this is our graveyard. Perth's graveyard. Yeah, AIDS. Germ was here yet again. Great. Thanks, Germ. I'll let you read these. They fit the people. We sold them for like a couple hundred trade bars, and people bought them because I don't know why people bought them, but service never dies. And then this is actually where you spawn down here. And we sold some more back here for people. So yeah, you would spawn. Oh my gosh, Germ. Alright. And then another, yeah, my sister had, we had a lot of people actually lived in this town, more than I thought. Little garden here in the back. Netherwort farm. Ooh, creepy. Lift up. Floating melons. Storage room. I don't want to go down there. It's probably just a mine shaft. Okay. Last but not least, on the front row that overlooked the ocean, that I think were the plots that I would have built on had I built a house in this town. This house is not finished yet, but I would have built on this low side, on this little boardwalk here. Now my sister's side is a little bit different, and I kind of wish we would have built this differently, but nonetheless it did step up to a higher level before stepping back down on the back side, which I'll show in a minute. But on this higher level we have two really big plots that nobody ever bought, mainly because we stopped advertising that they were for sale. But this is the cathedral. We never built a giant spire on top with a bell tower like we wanted to, but this is the big cathedral in town. My sister's, I think Missy had her storage room down here. Yeah, crazy colors, disco dance. Back to the top. Yep, another empty plot over here that was bought on the top. They were a little bit more expensive because they were overlooking the whole town and you had much bigger build space. Yay, the snowstorm's over. So you drop back down to the back, and we sold cheap plots for like only 10, because the other plots were like 12 to 15 trade bars a tile. These were 10 trade bars a tile for the peasants that wanted to live in the back. You don't get an ocean front, but you do get an overlook of the mountains, and you're still in Perth. So we'll go in these houses rather quickly before this video gets too long. Yeah, they just probably mined out all these places. And also on this row, before it drops down again, is J Tyrants. Yep, probably more mines. Bedroom. Alright, and then it drops down again to the back where we sold 2 farm plots that you could buy. So somebody in town bought this big farm plot here in the back. And the little gardens, this was the back entrance in town. Nobody would ever really come this way due to the fact that there's no really towns for hours of walking in that direction. A symbol in the back of Perth. I'll show you the back wall here. It's the same style as the rest of it, as far as that all goes. Alright, then we had another farm that somebody bought here. And then we have one more house. My sister Missy combined these 2 plots together. Lord Miles bought this one. So I really like this house as well. Don't know why lapis. People decorated a lot with lapis. Balcony overlooking this wonderful land. And then there's the basement. Oh, it's not really a basement. It's actually the first floor. God, the crazy flame war is going on right now. Alright. So that's one of the war towers. There was a malfunction in the design. It was a huge flaw on my part, and a flaw on my part for not getting the admins to do something. But we're not going to worry about that. I'm going to show off the one war tower that's still intact, as long as showing off Squire Riffs built this lighthouse over here, which was a symbol of the town. So we'll go look at this really quickly, because it was part of the town. And then look at the war tower, and that'll be the official tour of Perth. I don't think there's much left to see. Let me guess. Yep, let me guess. Durham was here. People really, like, destroyed the land around here. This is the giant tower. We'll go up inside and look at Perth from this view. Yeah, there's a hope is just falling apart because apparently the owner of Perth thought it would be a good idea to wall in a giant section and say it's part of the town, even though it's not part of the town. It's wildland, and if you buy a plot there, it's the price of wildland, which is kind of bizarre. But people are like building in it and just griefing the heck out of it, and because they think it's a town. And then people are just getting murdered, and peasants are building there and thinking that it's their land, but it's not, because it's wild land, but the owner just walled it in because they thought it could be walled in. And now everybody murders each other inside of the town hope limit. So they call it the ghetto now. And everybody's doors are locked there. Alright, we have the 4 war towers surrounding the town. Yay! The war tower of Perth. All 4 of these are exactly identical, spread around. The only difference is the inside. They're all on the 3 points. Perth is located on a giant island. But they all look the same, except for each of them is made out of a different type of wood. All 4 types of wood. So this is the gatekeeper's room, and then you have up to the guard room. And our original design was like, oh, during a war, we can flip this. I don't want to flip it because it causes disaster. But lava will flow down the walls. These little canals will open up, lava flows down and floods it, so the only way to get close to it is through the front. So the only way to approach the tower is from the front, at which point it gives you a huge advantage in war. I'm not sure if they're going to let us keep that design for next map, because there weren't specific rules about it, but there was a lot of dispute, and I had so many town members come in and flame me about that, saying it's unfair, but I don't think it is, as long as you can still get to the war tower. Alright, nonetheless, thank you guys for watching. There's our other war tower. This was the tour of Perth. Next map, I will be building another town and being in another part of another country. I'll talk to you guys later.